A very warm welcome to each one of you to our first biology online class. I am Mrs. Beena and I will be handling biology for you. Before I go to our class or the first chapter, I would like to give you a few instructions related to your work. I request all of you to take a 200 pages ruled notebook for biology. And as you attend the class, it is better you take down the points at the back of the biology note. For example, you need not take the notebook, keep the notebook upside down. This is the front side of the note. Please see that you write a name, class, subject, everything. And when you attend the class, it's better you take down the points and the definition at the back of the notebook. Write the name of the chapter, write the date and note down all the points that you see on the slide. Or when you listen to the class, whatever points you have to take down on the back of the notebook. You can hold the notebook in the same way as you write. Okay, so all the points should be noted at the back. From back, you will go forward. First, you will write at the last page. After this page is over, you will turn it right here, like that. You will go forward. And after the class, all the question answers which I am giving you in the worksheet and also the questions from the textbook, everything should be written in front in the order. First, you draw a line, write the name of the chapter, write the date, and then write the question answers, definitions, everything in the notebook. Hope it is clear. Don't keep the notebook upside down. You can use in the same way. From in the front, write all the question answers in the order. At the back, from back you can come forward by noting down all the points. That is the first thing. Second, all the exercise in the text. There are fill in the blanks, true or false, match the following, etc. in the text back of the lesson at the end of the chapter. All these you can do it in the textbook itself. You need not copy it in your notebook. You can write in the textbook itself with the pencil. Don't use pen in the textbook. That is the second one what you want to tell. Third, when you do the work, write very neatly. The notebook should be neat and tidy and draw a line after each answer. You have reached 7th standard, so the standard of the notebook should also be very high. Hope you will do. You are very active and smart children, I know. So, follow the same things that you were doing last year. It should be improved. You should never come down. So, I wish you all the best for your neat and tidy work and the studious systematic study in biology. Hope you will do so. Now, shall we go to the lesson? Yes. Today, I am going to start the first chapter in biology, that is nutrition in plants. Very interesting chapter. Last year, we had learned few things about plants. This year, we are going to learn little more details about nutrition in plants. What is nutrition? It is the process of taking in food and its utilization in the body. What is nutrition? It is the process of taking in food and its utilization in the body. I think you have heard what are nutrients. What are nutrients? Is there any difference between nutrients and nutrition? Another term is nutrients. What are nutrients? Yes, substances present in the food are called nutrients, or components of food are called as nutrients. Is the difference clear? Nutrition is the process of taking in food and its utilization in the body. Nutrients are the substances or the components of food. Today we are going to discuss about different types of nutrition in plants. I told you what is nutrition. So, how do different plants take in food and utilize in their body? So, first, we will see about the different types of nutrition. Nutrition in plants is of two types. Plants, there are two types of nutrition. One is autotrophic mode of nutrition. One is autotrophic mode and other one is heterotrophic mode. heterotrophic mode. There are two modes of nutrition in plants, two main modes, autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Plants which show autotrophic mode of nutrition are called as autotrophs. They are called as autotrophs. You must know it clearly. Autotrophic mode of nutrition, and the plants which show autotrophic mode of nutrition are called as autotrophs. All the plants which are having heterotrophic mode of nutrition are called as heterotrophs. Okay? Trophs are the organisms. Mode of nutrition is heterotrophic mode, autotrophic mode. Hope it is clear that difference. Only a slight difference is there. So here, generally, nutrition in plants are of two types. Autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. This heterotrophic mode of nutrition is of two types. Parasitic mode of nutrition and saprophytic mode of nutrition. Parasitic mode of nutrition and saprophytic mode of nutrition. So, nutrition in plants is of two types. Autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition is of two types, that is parasitic mode and saprophytic mode. Now, I will tell you what is each one. Autotrophic mode are called as autotrophs. What is autotrophic mode of nutrition? Auto means self. Plants which can prepare their own food are called as autotrophs. Here, auto means self. So, plants which are capable of preparing their own food are called as autotrophs. Then what are heterotrophs? Plants which are not capable of preparing their own food are called as heterotrophs. It's very clear. Plants which can prepare their own food are autotrophs, and plants which are not capable of preparing their own food are called as heterotrophs. Then where do these plants get their food from? Some of the heterotrophs, that is plants which are not able to prepare their food, are of two types. They are parasites and saprophytes. So here, parasitic mode we call them as parasites. Organism we call it as parasites. Organisms which are showing saprophytic mode of nutrition we call them as saprophytes. Plants which cannot prepare food are of two types, parasites and saprophytes. What are parasites? Parasites are plants which cannot prepare food, but they depend on, how do they get their food? They depend upon another living organism for the food. What are saprophytes then? Saprophytes are plants which cannot prepare their food. They depend upon dead and decayed matter. Parasites depend upon another living organism. The living organism on which the parasite depend upon is called as host. What is host? The plant on which this parasite depend upon for food is called as host. For example, cuscuta. You can see yellow color creeper just creeping on the ground on green plants. This is called as, it's a plant called cuscuta. We will be discussing later. Cuscuta. Cuscuta is a parasite. Cuscuta creeps or twines around another green plant. So the green plant on which the cuscuta is depending upon for food is called as host. The support on which the parasite depend upon is called as host. Next, what are saprophytes? Saprophytes are plants which depend upon dead and decayed matter. Dead and decayed matter. They depend upon dead and decayed matter for food. So this is what we are going to learn in this different modes of nutrition. Apart from this, there are two more modes of nutrition, that is symbiotic mode of nutrition and insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants are both autotrophs and heterotrophs. We will be discussing later in detail. So once again I repeat from the beginning, nutrition is a mode of taking in food and its utilization in the body. Nutrition in plants are of two types, two main types. They are autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. What are autotrophs? Autotrophs are plants which are capable of preparing their own food. So which plants can prepare food? All green plants can prepare their own food. You have learned in the previous class. So all green plants are autotrophs. They can prepare their own food. The plants which are not able to prepare their own food are called as heterotrophs. Heterotrophs are of two types. They are parasites and saprophytes. Because heterotrophs cannot prepare food. They have to get food from somewhere else. So all the heterotrophs which are depending upon a host and another living organism for food, we call them as parasites. Plants which depend upon dead and decayed matter, we call them as saprophytes. Hope this much is clear to you. Apart from these modes of nutrition, we will be learning two more modes of nutrition, that is symbiotic mode of nutrition. Symbiotic mode of nutrition, and we will be also learning how nutrition takes place in insectivorous plants. So these are the things we will be learning in this chapter. I have written two separately because these two are different from these modes of nutrition. Apart so one, the first type of nutrition, second heterotrophs, third parasitic, fourth saprophytic, fifth symbiotic, and sixth insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants show both autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. We will be discussing it separately later. Next, we will learn the first type of nutrition, that is autotrophic mode of nutrition. We are going to learn about autotrophs. What is the example for autotrophs? Yes, green plants. Example for autotrophs is green plants. Green plants are capable of preparing their own food. The process by which green plants prepare their own food by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called, yes, have you guessed? Yes, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? The process by which plants prepare food, green plants prepare food by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. So when what is the food prepared? By using carbon dioxide. This is the chemical formula for carbon dioxide, CO2, water, H2O. So by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, they prepare carbohydrates. Carbohydrate. During this process, oxygen is released. Is it clear? So it's the short form. In chemical formula, we are writing this. What is photosynthesis? It is a process by which plants prepare food by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. By using all these things, what are they preparing? They are preparing carbohydrate. And when this carbohydrate is prepared, what is the product formed? Another gas which is released? Oxygen. Oxygen and water vapor is also released. Hope this definition is clear. So here plants prepare carbohydrate, and this carbohydrate is used for synthesizing proteins, fats, etc. in plants. So normally green plants prepare food, and the food prepared by the plants is carbohydrate. Later this carbohydrate is converted into starch. This is converted into starch and stored. Presence of starch will make us understand that the plant has prepared food. During photosynthesis, which is the gas that is released? Oxygen. Now we will discuss in detail the process of photosynthesis. Clear? If it is asked for 1 mark, you need to write only the definition. If it is asked for one, if we are asking, write the chemical formula for photosynthesis, you can write this chemical form. Okay, just in short. Now if it is asked for 3 mark, you have to explain from where each carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, chlorophyll is taken, is got for the plant for preparing food, and what is the net product and which gas is released. Everything paragraph wise you have to explain. So let us go to the detailed answer explaining photosynthesis. So first paragraph will write about water. Where do plants get water from? Plants get water from the soil. How do they take water from the soil? With the help of their roots. So green plants prepare food. Where is the food prepared in plants? In a plant. This is a plant. This is only a small simple diagram. The root system is under the soil and leaves are there. Plants prepare food in the leaves, green leaves. So green leaves, these leaves are green due to the presence of green color pigment called chlorophyll. Leaves are green color due to the presence of green color pigment called chlorophyll. What is the green color pigment present in the leaf? Chlorophyll. So first to start with, plants get water from the soil. Water is present in the soil, and with the help of the roots, plants will absorb water. And what does it do? It transports the water to the leaves. So water is over. Next, carbon dioxide. Where is carbon dioxide present? In the atmosphere, in the air. Plants take in carbon dioxide through small pores on the leaves, which is called as stomata. So where are the stomatas present? In the leaf. So through stomatas, carbon dioxide will enter into the leaf. So carbon dioxide has also reached the leaf. Next, sunlight. In the presence of sunlight. Where is sun? Sun is the ultimate source of energy. Sun is the ultimate source of energy. We can draw it here. Okay, sun is here. And from sun, the leaves will get energy, sunlight. Chlorophyll. In the presence of chlorophyll. Where is chlorophyll present? I already told you. It is present in the leaf. What is chlorophyll? It is a green color pigment present in the leaf. What is the function of this chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is the pigment which absorbs light energy. The energy from the sun is absorbed by the chlorophyll pigment. Clear? So once again, this is what I am telling you now is the answer for a 3-mark question. We are explaining photosynthesis. First paragraph about water. Plants take in water, absorb water with the help of their roots from the soil. Water is transported through the stem to the leaves. First paragraph. Second paragraph. Carbon dioxide is taken from the atmosphere through the small pores of the leaf, which is called as stoma or stomata. Second is over. Sunlight is absorbed, light energy is absorbed from the sun with the help of green color pigment called chlorophyll present in the leaves. So, by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, food is synthesized in the leaf. The food that is synthesized in the leaf is carbohydrate. During this process, oxygen is released, given out. How does the oxygen come out? Comes out through the same stomata, small pores present on the leaves. Presence of starch in the leaf indicates that the plant has prepared food. Hope this explanation is clear. Next, we will discuss an activity to show that carbohydrate is the food prepared by the plant and sunlight is essential for preparing that food. Activity to show that starch is present in the leaves. Materials required: healthy potted plant, alcohol, iodine solution, dropper, forceps, a tripod stand with wire gauze, Bunsen burner, 2 beakers with water, watch glass, test tube. Now procedure. Take a healthy potted plant and keep it in the sunlight for a few hours. After a few hours, pluck a leaf from the plant and boil this leaf in water to kill the cells. After boiling it in water, the cells are killed and then it is taken and boiled in alcohol by putting it in a test tube. The purpose is to remove the chlorophyll from the leaves and the alcohol turns green in color. Now take the leaf, wash the leaf in cold water and place it in a watch glass. Now pour a few drops of iodine solution over it. The color of the leaf turns blue. Today we have discussed the different modes of nutrition in plants. That is autotrophic mode of nutrition, heterotrophic mode of nutrition, parasitic mode and saprophytic mode. Generally we discussed about the outline classification of the different modes of nutrition. And in detail we discussed about how plants prepare food, that is photosynthesis. Next class we will be discussing about the other modes of nutrition, that is parasites, saprophytes, symbionts and also insectivorous plants. So these 4 modes of nutrition we will be discussing in the next class. So before we come to the next class, please do all the work as I told in the beginning, complete all your work in a neat and tidy manner. Study properly and be ready for the next session. Thank you.